Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Dunkerque. It's an interesting game, but beyond that, I want to bring to everyone's attention that there are two missions that exist in the game right now that you can take advantage of to get a free camouflage for the Dunkerque. This camouflage is all black. It's got a couple more interesting things that don't exist on the default camo. Hopefully I have a screenshot, a high resolution screenshot of that camo on the screen right now. Either way, how can I obtain this camouflage? Well, two different types of missions. One, you need the Dunkerque in order to unlock it. And there's 4 stages. It's a variety of citadel, ribbon, kills, and just, I think, base XP earned. It's not difficult, but it's not extremely easy because you have to get the right matchup, and we all know that the Dunkerque doesn't really work very well against tier 8s. Especially a lot of tier 8 battleships. You deal with a lot of crap. But let's say you don't have the Dunkerque, or maybe you want it in the future when they add the French battleship line, which is supposed to come after the Royal battleship line. That will be Flower of Steel. This requires a tier 8 or higher ship, but any tier 8 or higher ship can perform this action. If you unlock the camo, it will go into your inventory and it will wait if you don't have the Dunkerque. Now, some of you might be going, well, Notser, what if I complete both of them? I've heard mixed information on this, but supposedly you get 2,000 doubloons. I've heard that the Europeans don't get this, of course. As far as Wargaming EU is concerned, you serve them, they don't serve you. I hope that's not the case, but that's what I heard. So, we chose to unlock it both ways, because I like money. Doesn't everyone like money? So we're on the Dunkerque, and we are top tier. So this enemy Dunkerque probably trying to do the same mission. I'm hoping that he will rotate a little bit because of the torpedoes and show a little bit of his side. Ooh, we pulled a Notser. And I have an enemy on my left flank, my port flank, and I gotta deal with that. So I chose to try and push forward and keep the island in between me and the Bajoni. I do have a teammate, a friendly Dunkerque. Wow, there's a lot of Dunkerques. Maybe it's because of the camo, Notser. That's why you're seeing it if you were confused or you weren't playing or whatever. Now you can pretty much tell this is basically a shotgun, and yeah, a lot of ricochets if the person has any angle whatsoever. I'm not going to waste a cooldown. I probably should have fired at the top of the hull, the superstructure, in order to get that shot to go in. It's just the way the game works, right? He's so close to showing his side that I should be able to penetrate it, and I was maybe greedy, maybe a little bit greedy, or the front of the bow. But again, shotgun shells going every which way. That's the Dunkerque. Of course, today on stream, I was killed by a Dunkerque. He did 24,000 damage to me. He got 3 citadels. I can only assume that he made some sort of sacrifice, because I have yet to get 3 citadels on a single salvo by my Dunkerque. It's just frustration. And we dipped in a little bit too low there. Hit the nose, ricocheted off, didn't do any damage. Friendly Dunkerque is a madman, and he's pushing forward. And we're going to push forward with him too, because those 2 cruisers on my port side have pushed forward and are trying to do damage to me. Yeah, nice. I got some respect from my homie. That Dunkerque did exactly what he needed to do. But we are not going to take any damage from those enemies for now. Enemy Nuremberg's right in front of us, and please give me a citadel. I think at this point I was looking for 10 citadels, and I was so desperate for citadels. Oh, we got one. 10,000. But did you see all the shells that dipped short? I have heard, I can't confirm this because I don't play the Dunkerque religiously, but I have heard that the Dunkerque dips a little bit. So you want to err on a higher than average shot. So if you're going for the waterline, you want to raise it up a couple pixels off the water in order to maximize the number of potential shells on the target. And when I learned this, it seemed to work a little bit better. But it still is basically a shotgun for accuracy. And we're Still pushing forward, still trying to keep the island in between. The enemy Bugiani is definitely going to die. Hopefully New York can handle it. There's a bunch of enemies still at their base, so it's a close game. This game is not over. I got to be as intelligent with my target choice as I possibly can be. There is a Texas, and I don't know. Is he AFK? He really does seem AFK, but I would really just like to take the Nuremberg out first. I kind of pause to make sure that I can potentially kill him and then go after the Texas on my own. 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 1 in my favor. And oh, of course, we missed the Nuremberg. Oh yeah, the Texas is there. Here comes the broadside shot. Ah, man, we got lucky. He missed a little high, and my counter move to the Texas being there is to angle back and have just enough that'll cause it to ricochet. Don't want to go full butt because the Dunkirk has absolutely no armor. Let out one shot. I can't believe how often I have the target low health. It just... It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And he might actually choose to drop off detection. I don't know how close we are to his max range, but it's getting there. So I'm trying to lead, let out one more salvo. It does look like he reached his max range. Obviously not my max range, so he can see me. And one stray shell hits the target, and thank you. We get the target down. I'm able to avoid the Texas for most of it. The enemy cruiser that's near the New York, he's going after the friendly aircraft carriers. There's a part of me that's going, yeah, get him, take him out. And there's another part of me that's clearly teammate, and it's like, please survive so we can make sure we win this game. And the Texas does indeed take out the enemy cruiser. So the enemy has a 3-ship deficit, but they are more concentrated in the east. So my teammates need to make sure that they don't die. There is a low health Cleveland. There is a low health, what is it, La Galizaner? Been a while. Either way, 2 low health. They need to rotate back and allow the healthier ships to try and take most of the damage. I saw the Emil, fired on him just a little bit too high. Those are the shots that you really want back because you work so hard, he's not expecting it, you have the advantage to take him out, and you just can't. You miss the shot placement. He goes a little left or a little right, forward, back, just unlucky. So this Emil, I'm trying to predict that he will come back full turn, 90 degrees, soften the angle, and I should be able to catch him to overpen, of course. Yes, that's what I wanted. An overpen. Come on. Come on, Frenchie, you can do this. Dunkirk, you got it. I've heard so many good things about you. I've seen great players play you. Why can't I take you out? Line up the shot. Wait for him to commit to the turn. Depress slightly because he's going to move into it. And yes, indeed, first shell gets the citadel. Take out the target. So whenever people are turning, gaining distance, or coming closer, I like to elevate or depress about the size of the crosshair line. And that is going to give me the drift. So theoretically, the shell should be perfectly placed to hit right at the waterline. Theoretically. The Congo's sort of like pushing his friend out of the way. Get out of the way! I know the animation just happened to roll over. That's not how it works, but humor me. And the plan is come around the corner, use the bow of the guns. Because I can have most of my ship in a safe zone, I should be able to engage him without him having the chance to fire. Now, I am detecting, but I don't really care. And he does look like he is willing to show his side, so That's the most important thing. And you could dive around if you really wanted to lock up no potential chance of the enemy firing. But he's just not looking my way. We do... Really? 19 health? Really? Really? High school fleet? Grafspee? Really? Really? That should have been a kill. Ooh, enemy independence. He is vicious. And he drops off just before. Now, I was considering, should I use my aircraft? Because the Americans, I believe, have worse concealment via air versus sea. Ship-related concealment. So I think if I use my aircraft, I would actually detect him. And that's sort of what I'm running through in my head. Why is he not firing on the Texas? Why are you not firing? Should I use it? Well, I didn't have to. We got close enough to detect him. And then he drops off again, for whatever weird reason. Don't get much damage. No citadel. And I'm like, man, he must be really close. And there's enemy aircraft inbound, so that was... Don't tell me twice. Let's use our aircraft. Make sure it protects us. Well, tries to protect us. Let's be real for a second. It doesn't really protect you. And sure enough, he's spotted. So, aiming at the waterline. I'm keeping the torpedo in my line of sight. I'm going to try and turn. The Dunkerque is fast, and it's fairly maneuverable. It doesn't have a lot of armor, though. And along those same lines, not very impressive torpedo belt or anything like that. You know, there's nothing defensive that's impressive about this ship. Most of the time, it gets its ability to tank by the fact that you're going to be bow on because that's where all your guns are located. And he's got his little dive bomber or whatever, you know. Who cares? Thank you. Shoot it down. Don't let it set me on fire. I've had games too where a single dive bomber makes it all the way to my ship, sets me on fire, and I'm going, really? He softens the angle. Easy kill. Should be. And yeah, we take him out. 3 overpin. You overpin a bunch with this. And my goal of getting citadels is still really bad. It's the second of 4 for that Dunkerque camo, and I really like it. I think it looks cool. Some people are like, not for me. It's cool, it's cool. Everything can't be for everyone. It's all taste. I like black. I like Batman. I think it's cool. Fire at the Texas. Elevate the gun a little bit. We get a little bit of damage. He tries to return fire. I don't really care about capturing, honestly. And I'm pretty thankful that he did that. Because they're all in the corner. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. The only outcome for you is going to be early demise. So Sir Charlie sets up. Enemy torpedo bomber. Always keep that in your sights. Elevate the gun again. We are in Confederate. Nice, nice, nice. Daily check mark. From the Grafspee. Has to deal with it. He should be very nimble, though. I mean, he shouldn't have trouble at all with this. Yeah. Yeah. It's very difficult to attack the cruiser, especially the Grafspee, and treat it like a battle. It's not a battleship. It's a cruiser as far as overpin, nimbleness. The guns are not, though. They're very much battle-ish. That's the best way to say it. Battle-ish. They're not quite as awesome, but they're not cruiser. You can't deal with destroyers like a cruiser. But we're just going to keep pushing into this. We know the aircraft carrier. We know the 2 battleships there. The Texas and the New Mexico. I could fire at the aircraft carrier, but I don't know. I mean, could we kill this guy outright right here? Gosh. No citadel, no citadel. That's all I need. It's funny because one of the objectives is get 2 kills a day. Are you kidding me? Get 2 kills a day? That's the requirement? Just 2 kills in the same day? That's a joke. 100 ribbons, fire at the waterline. 10,000, no citadel, of course. 100 ribbons, that's easy. we basically almost have 100 ribbons in this game alone. And I think the first one was 2,000 base XP. Again, pretty easy. That's probably 2 or 3 games. But 10 citadels when you are consistently, obviously not in this game, consistently, and oh yeah, shoot at the butt. There's no armor there. When you are consistently, well, there shouldn't be armor. Why did I ricochet 5? Oh well, whatever. When you're consistently low tier, it's difficult. And I think the aircraft carrier wants to ram a cruiser. I don't know how successful he's going to be. I'm hoping that he doesn't get his torpedoes off, though. Come on. Fire low. Citadel this guy. Oh, yeah. There's a citadel. That's what we needed. We got 3 citadels in this one game. And the friendly's rolling over into the water. It's only you, Sir Charles won. I guess Sir Charles was taken. So the Dunkirk. How has the experience been unlocking the camo? It has been enjoyable. I would show you a game in the camo if I had it. I'm not quite there. I'm at the end for both. And 270 hit points, huh? 3 ships. 3 separate ships, all under 300 hit points. All frustrating because I can't kill them in that last salvo. But can't be fresh with that game. Confederate, Arsonist, Dreadnought. We got Kraken Unleashed 2, 5 kills, 120,000 damage done, 1,799 base XP. We did a great job for our team, had a great support, we were able to push up, keep the tempo up. I really enjoyed this game. I hope you did as well. I hope you can have success in your Dunkirk when you're trying to get this. The next video will probably be the remaining Japanese destroyers. Sorry, I did a lot of work today between streaming and raid. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.